single leg X, gator roll to outside ashi, and picking up the leg to inside ashi. So, but sort of all of the leg entanglements we've been working on right now have always been assuming that we get inside position. Okay, that we get our feet in here. Okay, if he's got this, I can't go to single leg X from here. I have to do something else. Not to say there's nothing I can do, but I can't do single leg X. So we're kind of going to call that particular series of leg entanglements the inside position series, because they all assume I have inside position. So from here, I can go to my single leg X. Okay, I can do the roll to outside ashi, or I go to my single leg X, peels my foot off, kick. I mean, come in here to inside ashi, even get my double trouble. Okay, all of these leg entanglements that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, they all assume I've got inside position. Okay, and what I want to do now, I think those particular leg entanglements are starting to set. So what I want to do is spend a couple of days working on how you can finish from that position. So we're going to go into our leg entanglements and what can I do from here, basically. Okay, so we're starting with inside ashi. I have a single leg X, sorry. So again, the idea, I get my inside position. I've got my single leg X. I bring them to the ground. Turn around because I want to be able to show on the video what I'm doing with my hands. And the first, just sit down. So the first, sort of the first option here, I think every white belt knows, is the straight foot lock. I lately have started doing the straight foot lock and teaching it a bit different than normal, because most people are always doing the straight foot lock like this. This is not bad, but I always notice it has a critical flaw in that my hands tend to drop. If someone's having a problem finishing the straight foot lock, it's normally this, and my hands drop to my hips. Okay? And that always takes the pressure off, because the whole key to the straight foot lock is I need to keep my hands high. So I'm always a fan of making things mechanical, so that, because right now the only thing keeping my hands high is my biceps. I have to engage my muscles to keep my hands high. What I prefer nowadays to do is to take sort of a rear naked grip, and with this hand I go to my shoulder. First of all, I think you're noticing a lot more pressure. And now my hands can't drop anymore. If my hands drop, I'm losing my shoulder. My hand stays on my shoulder, my other hand stays on my bicep, my hands don't drop to my hip, then I can hip it. Yeah. And then I start getting my pressure. And if I want to be a bit more powerful, I can come over to this side, bend my hips a bit more, now I can hip it a little more, and get more pressure. Okay? So, this is a bit of an unusual grip. I see a lot of people grab like this on the foot, so like this, but again, this has the same problem. I can still drop his foot down and that relieves pressure, because that's what you have to have. It has to stay high, okay? And when I'm like this, nothing I do, that foot's not dropping anymore, okay? So this is, right now, this is how I prefer to finish the straight foot lock now, honestly. It's just everything else, I always notice people's hands drop. Every single time I teach a straight foot lock, everyone's hands are always going down here, and then they wonder why they can't finish. So we're gonna hand in the bicep, other hand on the shoulder. Now my hand stays high. Okay? So to drill this, what I'm gonna do is, he stands up. We're just gonna do our simple single leg X entry, take him to the ground, and work on getting that grip and finishing, okay? So just from here, pulling it in, taking it down, and you can actually get this grip fairly easy. And you wanna, a lot of people wanna stretch too much. I like to bend, get this nice sort of coil in my body, and I don't wanna go back with the shoulders, I wanna hip in. Yeah, that comes really quick.
Yeah, it's so far, it's
yeah.
only hurting, but
when a straight foot lock is applied correctly, that is not pain. You can break the tibia and dislocate the foot. I haven't done it, but I know people who have. Okay? And obviously for optimum breaking mechanics, you don't want to be here. You want to be as far as possible on the end of that.
Different now.
Yeah, yeah. And that's also, stand up, that's why I like to coil, because it lets me self-correct. So if I'm in here, if I'm already like this, and if I'm already completely straightened out, this is hard. If I coil in, now if I need to correct, I can bring my foot here, and just scoot my foot back. And now I get more pressure. Okay? It's also added benefit that this is a really hard grip to break. Okay? So, just starting with the straight foot lock, let's work on that. So, straight foot lock sitting there, just sit down there. So, next sort of finish I'm going to do from this single leg X position, and this is often when my foot lock doesn't work. So I'm here, and he's managed to get the heel entrance out from behind me. Now I can go like this, he's not going to tap, unless he's like a bit of a baby, okay? So now I can switch locks, however. What I do is I bring this foot to the inside, and this foot here, to keep him from rolling this way, and I keep my grip, and now I go into an Aoki Lock, okay? I'm basically heel hooking without heel hooking. Okay? So, the way it works is also, I don't go back. If I go back, I'm not really locking. This is a twisting lock, okay? I need to keep this hip on the ground, because if I don't, he can just roll with it. Yeah, and now I've lost everything. Okay? That's why you need this foot on this hip. That keeps him from rolling out of it. And this one, because if I took, again, he can start moving around if I don't trap him in the leg. It's not impossible to finish, but I'm making my work a lot harder. If I've got him like this, now both of his legs are trapped, both of his hips are kind of pinned where they are. Now I can start rotating. Okay? And again, I'm not pulling, I'm not like squeezing, I'm basically trying to lift this elbow up and bring this shoulder down. Okay, and again, that's like maybe 10%. I'll just go to the tap. I can still do this. So do this slowly. This is essentially a heel hook. You can seriously mess someone's knees up with this if you just kind of grip it. So this one you need to take this one slowly, but it's basically coming off of a failed straight foot lock. This is very often, I have to be honest, when I go for a straight foot lock, I finish this more often than the straight foot lock. I personally think, I don't want to say straight foot locks are easy to defend, but I've noticed and I've done this in tournaments, I've had people who are really good at foot locks get me in a straight foot lock, I'm just like, no, I'm not tapping with that. So I had a really good competitor, and he's way better than me, a guy named Nico Puvamula. He had me in what's called a shotgun footlock. So it's not only like this, he had like the foot over here, he had a really, really strong grip. It was like this, yeah. He had this kind of a footlock on me. There's a video of me in a competition against him. He had that, I think, for like a minute. I did not tap, I got out. So, and he's really good at footlocks. He gives footlock seminars, he gives leg lock seminars. He's a really good leg locker. I am not saying that I am better than him, because I am not. He kicked my ass twice. I am not saying that his leg locks are bad, because they are not, and he has won against me with leg locks in another tournament. I'm just saying, I think of all the leg locks, the straight foot lock is the easiest to kind of grin and bear it, and is the easiest to resist of all of them. And that's why when I'm doing the straight foot lock, I'm sometimes not even trying. I'm just getting the grip because I want him to get here. So I can get this one, because this is a much stronger lock. This one, I've finished Yan with this one sometimes. So the big Yan. Okay, 130 kilo young. I finished him with this. Because this is personally, I think, just a stronger lock. And it's one where when you have it, you feel, oh, the knee's going to go boom soon. I don't want to keep going here. So I think this one is of the two the more convincing lock. Okay, so let's practice this a bit and then we'll do some sparring.